So, over the past couple of months, I've been keeping up with all the Persona 3 Reload trailers, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting really excited for the game to come out. From the modernized graphics, updated gameplay systems, and the reveal of its extremely talented voice cast, there's a lot to be enthusiastic about regarding the remake. However, there are a few things of note that is making me feel a little iffy about this upcoming release, and most of it doesn't really have anything to do with the game itself, but rather the company behind it. See, Persona 3, specifically P3 Fez, was the game that originally got me into the Persona series, and with the success of Persona 5 and P5 Royal over the last couple of years, turning it from a somewhat niche IP to the now iconic best-selling JRPG franchise, then of course I'm looking forward to Atlus's next mainline project, which just so happens to be a remake of a much beloved game from my childhood. And that's why it would really fucking suck if Atlus messed this all up, because the only other way to enjoy Persona 3 right now is to play a less than stellar port of a great game, with Atlus delivering a lazy quote-unquote remaster that feels completely disingenuous to me. My name is Andre, and let's talk about why Persona 3 Reload needs to be good. In my last video, which you should totally check out by the way, I talked about the merits of remaking a video game, namely how remakes can offer a worthwhile experience that's similar yet different enough from the source material. In my opinion, it would be ideal if consumers have the option to play a remake and its original at the same time, making sure that the remake doesn't outright replace the original game that it's based on. But sadly, this seems to be the case with Persona 3 Reload. See, I was inspired to make this video because with all the hype surrounding the remake, it made me want to replay Persona 3 all over again. However, as a broke PC gamer who doesn't have retro consoles, I'm shit out of luck.
If you're a broke boy, just say so.
I don't have my old PlayStation anymore, so I can't boot up my copy of P3 Fez, and if I don't want to turn to emulators and less than legal means to play Persona 3, then that leaves me with no other options except the remaster of Persona 3 Portable. And trust me, I tried my best to keep an open mind coming into it, but let me tell you, P3P is something else. Before I tell you my brutally honest opinions about this remaster, let me give you a quick disclaimer, okay? First of all, this video isn't about how Fez is so much better than Portable, and that Fez should have gotten ported over Portable or anything childish like that. For all intents and purposes, I recognize that Persona 3 Portable is a great game in its own right. The remastered version of the game, which came out in the beginning of 2023, even got fairly good reviews, and I can understand why. Portable features many gameplay improvements that are now considered a staple in mainline Persona games, from being able to fully control your party members during combat, to other quality of life changes like adding the One More system and the defend action from Persona 4. Many fans like Portable because it feels like the version of Persona 3 with the most modern and robust gameplay offering. And I haven't even talked about the playable female MC, which is a reason to play Portable on its own. Her new route adds new social links, romance options, a few new music tracks, and an overall more upbeat and cheery aesthetic. A YouTuber of the name AustinSV made a great video on the different versions of Persona 3, and I highly recommend checking it out if you want to see each game in a side-by-side comparison. To many, Portable is the de facto best version of Persona 3. However, even with all that being said, Portable simply isn't for me. I didn't grow up playing Portable, so I don't have that personal connection with the game like I had with Fez. As such, I'm judging the game solely on my limited experience with the current remaster, and I knew it was a bad sign when I just didn't want to keep playing the game anymore past a handful of hours. Come on, Atlus, are you for real?
For real?
For real? For real?
Where are my animated cutscenes? Why can't I move my character in third person to explore 3D environments? If I wanted to play a full-blown visual novel, I would have played Doki Doki Literature Club instead of this. And why is the audio mixing so awful at times? Sometimes it sounds so compressed, like I'm hearing this shit straight out of a Nokia phone from the 90s.
Here goes.
No, don't like that.
There were just so many little things that kept adding up, leaving such a bad impression on me. I expected to play Fez, but instead I got something vaguely familiar but fundamentally different. And being fully transparent with you, nostalgia is a big factor in why I feel this way. Because this game isn't the game I played in my childhood. It isn't the game I had so much fun with. And before you diehard Portable fanboys crucify me for not liking this version, I get it, okay? The PSP had a lot of technical limitations, and that's why Portable is largely the way it is. And honestly, if I was playing Portable on PSP right now, I would probably give its shortcomings a pass and enjoy it for what it is. However, I'm playing this on PC, on a 32-inch monitor and not a tiny 4-inch LCD screen. I can see the flaws and consequently the lack of effort Atlus put into this remaster way clearer than ever before, in HD even. And I don't think I'm alone in feeling this way.
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
For example, if you just glanced at the Steam reviews, it might not look like there's a lot of criticism and negative discourse about this remaster. But trust me, there are. And most of them aren't even about the game itself, but instead about how Atlus mishandled this title. For the most part, my problem lies with Atlus and their seemingly shady business practices. Well, shady may be too accusatory. It's not like I'm claiming that they're doing illegal shit or anything like that. But I think we can all agree that the way Atlus markets and releases their games is incredibly greedy and borderline predatory. We've seen it from Atlus time and time again, with their most recent controversy about forcing owners of Persona 5 Royal on PS4 to buy the same exact game at full price again if they want to play it on the PS5. And this is simply unacceptable in the age of digital downloads being the norm for video games, offering no upgrade paths whatsoever and milking the ever-loving shit out of diehard Persona fans. And that's partly why I don't like the Persona 3 Portable remaster, because it feels like the same thing but done in a different way. Think about it for a second. Prior to 2023, there was no modern way to play Persona 3, despite so many fans, for years, asking for a port of the original on a modern platform. So what did Atlus do? They decided to remaster Persona 3 Portable, and for a short while, many fans were happy. But then guess what? Less than 6 months later, it gets leaked that the remake of Persona 3 will release in about a year's time. Which means that, instead of telling the fans that they've been working on remaking Persona 3 this entire time, they instead kept it a secret so that they can double dip.
Double dipped? What are you talking about?
Pushing out a half-baked remaster of Portable first, and then coercing the fans to essentially buy the same game twice when the remake comes out. I don't know about you, but that just leaves a really sour taste in my mouth. Moreover, I just hate that Atlus advertises Persona 3 Portable as a remaster, as if this version of Portable has somehow been mastered in some way. One of Portable's top reviews on Steam literally just says AI Upscaled Slop, and I don't know why that's so funny to me, but it's just so real.
For real?
If you didn't know, Atlus really cut corners with their newly remastered graphics that is meant for modern platforms. Sure, the updated character portraits and UI graphics are nice, but that's really it. To upscale Portable's original resolution to the current standard of 1080p, they relied on AI to do most of the heavy lifting, especially when it comes to the game's backgrounds. And the end result is kinda just this uncanny abomination, with things just looking off-putting. I went on Reddit to see what fans were saying about Atlus's use of AI, and I came across this gem of a comment, quote, "Playing full screen on a 4K TV was probably the most traumatic decision I've ever made in my whole life regarding a video game. Watching a Let's Play in 480p would look better than the cosmic horror blended images that the AI delivered," end quote. Sure, it's exaggerated and overtly sensational, but it's still an apt description of how I also feel about Portable. Overall, I'm just glad that I'm not crazy in thinking that Atlus could have done a way better job at delivering this remaster. At the very least, they could have added the anime cutscenes, which brought so much to the table in terms of setting the atmosphere. They could have spent a few days touching up the backgrounds in Photoshop using actual human beings. Literally, they could have done anything that would have added more polish to the product because, honestly, it feels as though they barely tried in making this game even remotely look presentable. I think the final straw for me that really put me off from the rest of the game was the awakening scene on top of the dorm building. What was supposed to be this pivotal moment of holy shit, I'm playing a Persona game, it kinda just ended up being this awkward, anticlimactic scene that looks extremely goofy for how serious the situation is. Ultimately, the real tragedy here is that Atlus pooped out a piss-poor port instead of actually trying to make a good remaster, cursing us to never experience Fez and Portable in the same game. And that's why Persona 3 Reload needs to be good for me, because at this point, it's my only hope. To me, this is as much a matter of game preservation as it is just me having really high hopes for the next mainline Persona game. And to be completely clear, I do think that Persona 3 Reload will be a great game, especially from everything we've seen from the game thus far. I mean, this better be good if they're charging $70 for it, man. If Reload happens to suck ass, then there's just no hope for Persona 3, at least for the foreseeable future. I just want to be able to enjoy the same story, the characters, the gameplay, all over again to recapture that same sense of nostalgia that captivated me with the original. I don't think I'm asking for much, but then again, maybe I am. I guess only time will tell. And while being hyped for a game can be gratifying when it actually delivers, I think we all know that, in our world of modern gaming, the odds aren't always in our favor. To end this video, I'm gonna make a prediction. In about 3 to 4 years' time, after Reload comes out, Atlus is going to re-release the game as Persona 3 Reload Reloaded or some dumb shit like that. Because the truth of the matter is, it's always been this way. You just gotta open your eyes and see the facts. From Persona 3 to P3 Fez and Portable, to Persona 4 and P4 Golden, and finally, Persona 5 and P5 Royal, that's the price we pay for being a Persona fan. Cursed to buy the same game at least twice, maybe even 3 times, to be able to fully experience them. For some reason, we're just conditioned to buy DLC as full-priced games, and it sucks that it has to be this way. Sure, it made sense with Persona 3 and 4, at a time when physical discs were the norm, with their new versions being ported over all kinds of different consoles. But now, in the age of the internet where digital storefronts make it so easy to update and patch your games on the fly, there really is no excuse as to why we can't just buy these new versions of the same game as DLC. A part of me really hopes that Atlus proves me wrong, that they'll change their ways. But if I were to be a betting man, then I'm going all in on my prediction. And it's gonna be a really sad, sad day when all of this inevitably comes true. And on that sorry note, thank you for watching. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Andre, and I post a video a month, so look forward to what I'm cooking next in the coming new year. Until then, I hope you have a happy holidays. Goodbye.